We're also thankful for our technical crews. We're thankful for this time to make final preparations. We'll start with prayer.
Heavenly Father, please bless you and have a good program tonight. Please bless the cast, they'll be able to perform well. Please bless the audience, it'll be a good audience. Thank you for the opportunity to come to these types of activities. Say these things in Jesus Christ, amen.
Action for 1990. Tonight is our video filming session. We're proud to present tonight Quality Street, a 4-act play written by F.M. Barry and directed by Colleen Darger and Vita Johnson. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm your humble servant, L.L. Linkwater. Major Linkwater. Now we are pleased to introduce the cast of characters. The school children are Arthur Wesley Thompson by Joseph C. Jessup.
Don't cry, ma'am.
Anna Perry, Ronette Darger.
Please, ma'am, Father wishes me to acquire algebra.
Georgie Ellswood, Ryan Jessup. William Smith, Warren Darger. Lucy Terry, Spinet Player by Leona Allred. And Annie Jessup, Bernice Barlow, Evelyn Darger, Jeannie Barlow, Jo Ellen Jessup, Ronee Darger, Rosalie Darger, Sonoma Barlow, Ezra Steed, Jacob Steed, Jim Darger, John Darger, Nathaniel Allred, Randy Jessup, supporting cast, Miss Harriet Hall, Beverly Beislein.
How do you do, Monsieur?
The Old Soldier, Marshall Barlow.
Hoity-toity.
Lady Emma Seymour, Gayleen Jessup.
Oh, sir, I'm Miss Livy.
The Lamplighter, Leroy Timpson.
Good evening.
Soldier, Dwayne Barlow. Ladies at the ball, Martha Darger, Mabel Jessup. Cindy Barlow. Gloria Barlow. Marjorie Johnson. Miss Phoebe Throssell by Martha Jessup.
Aunt Susan, he still dances.
Miss Susan Throssell, Cynthia S. Allred.
One cannot be too careful.
And Valentine Brown, Philip Barlow.
You were an amazing pretty girl, ma'am, but you were a shocking flirt.
Henrietta Turnbull, Allison Jo Barlow.
Not in other words, sir.
Fanny Willoughby, Clea Marie Barlow.
How amazing!
Mary Willoughby, Miriam Barlow.
Come, sister.
And Patty the maid, Gloria Jessup.
Me faces me on, and the more I looks at it, the better it pleases me.
The recruiting sergeant, Frank Johnson.
That's okay, Mom. I'm used to it.
Ensign Blades, William Timpson.
Charlotte, explain!
Lieutenant Spicer, David Darker.
I'm not clever, ladies.
Charlotte Barrett, Mary Musser.
That.
So we ask, Quality Street. Quality Street. In reality, a place not too far away. It's a place with pavement and sidewalks, fences and houses and gardens and flowers and trees. It's a place where people live, people love, where they walk and talk, work and play. Many of you have already been to Quality Street, some to visit, some to stay for a while. Those who haven't been there most likely will. Quality Street is a place of ringlets, manners, where sisters hope and dream. Let's look back to a time not so very long ago in old England in the early 1800s, to the blue and white room of Miss Susan and Miss Phoebe in Quality Street.
Rustled uneasy, as if something weird and terrifying
eyes, mouth, nose, ear.
Stop! Miss Susan, I am indeed surprised that you should bring such an amazing, indelicate tale from the library.
Oh, Miss Willoughby, I deeply regret. If you please, Fanny, my dear.
I thank you.
Miss Susan is looking at the end. Forgive my partiality for romance, Mary. I fear 'tis the mark of an old maid.
Susan, that word.
'Tis what I am, and you also, Mary, my dear.
Miss Susan, I protest. Nay, sister, 'tis true. We are known everywhere now, Susan, you and I, as the old maids of Quality Street.
I am happy Phoebe will not be an old maid. Do you refer, Miss Susan, to Mr. Brown? Phoebe of the ringlets, as he called her. Other females besides Miss Phoebe have ringlets. But you and Miss Henrietta have to employ papers, my dear. Phoebe never.
I do not approve of Miss Phoebe at all.
Mary, had Phoebe been dying, you'd have called her an angel. And that is ever the way. It's all jealousy to the bride and good wishes to the corpse.
With your permission, Miss Susan, I shall put on my wrap.
My love, I beg your pardon. A bride, Miss Susan? Do you mean that Mr. V.V. has declared? I expect it hourly, Fanny. Susan! Susan! Baby, the carpet, your pens. Oh. Careful. My dear, you are trembling. Susan! Wait. I have met a certain individual. You have put your hand to your heart. Oh, did I? Oh, sister. My love, has he offered? Oh, Susan.
How do you do, Miss Phoebe? Susan, I have no wish to alarm you, but I am of opinion there's a man in the house. I suddenly felt it while putting on my wrap.
You mean a follower in the kitchen? I am just a little afraid of Patty. Patty, we may not wish to hurt your feelings, but
Are you able to tell Mom that I have a follower?
oh no, Patty.
So be it.
Patty, come back here. I have told you your falsehood and I am ashamed of myself.
As well you might be, Mom.
How dare you, woman? There is a man in the house. I can see it in your face. To the door with him.
A glorious soldier to be so treated, Mom?
To the door.
And if he refuses?
If he refuses. Yeah. If he refuses, send him here to me. Lion-hearted Phoebe.
A soldier. I hope it may not be that impertinent recruiting sergeant. I passed him in the street today. He closed one of his eyes at me and quickly opened it. I knew what he meant.
Why? He has not come.
with all the pleasure in life, Mom.
Lift your feet, both of them. Sergeant, have you killed people?
Dozens, Mom. Dozens.
Oh, terrible. The mon of sin. Sir, have you ever seen a Vivandière?
A what?
A Vivandière.
Oh, yes.
I have sometimes wished there were Vivandières in the British Army. Oh, sir, a shudder goes through me when I think of you out on the streets, enticing those poor young men.
Well, if you were one of them, Mom, and death and glory were the call, you would take the shillings, Mom.
Oh, no, not for that.
For king and country, Mom?
Yes. Yes, for that.
Not that it's all the fighting. It's the sack of captured towns. The loot.
An English soldier never sacks or loses.
No, Mom. And then the girls.
What?
In the towns that we don't sack.
How they must hate the haughty conqueror.
Oh, we're not so haughty as all that. And oh, of an evening, you should see us marching down the street.
But why do you hold your arm out?
'Tis a military custom, Mom. It makes the Irish soldier loved all over the world.
I think I understand. Oh, Sergeant! I fear, Sergeant, you do not tell those poor young men the noble things I thought you told them.
No, Mom. I must tell them what they're wishful to hear. I've had 5 men all this week listening to me and then showing me their eels. But by a grand stroke of luck, I have them at last.
Luck.
The luck, Mom, is that a gentleman of the town has enlisted. Let's give him the push forward.
A gentleman of this town enlisted? Sergeant who?
No, Mom, can't tell. I fear it be a secret as yet.
But a gentleman! 'Tis the most amazing, exciting thing. Oh, Sergeant, be so obliging.
No, Mom, I can't.
But you must, you must. I fear, sir, I have not been saying the things I meant to say to you. Will you excuse my turning you out of the house somewhat violently?
Yes, Mom, I'm used to it.
I won't really hurt you.
Thank you, Mom.
I protest, sir. I shall allow no followers in this house. Should I discover you in my kitchen again, I shall pitch you out, neck and crop. Go. Begone, sir. Begone.
Miss Phoebe, we could not but admire you.
Phoebe of the Lion Heart. But the gentleman recruit, who could it be?
Yes, who?
Perhaps they will know what the bullet drink is. Let us inquire.
I wish to apologize. Miss Phoebe, you are a dear good girl. If I have made remarks about your ringlet, Susan, it was jealousy. Come, sister.
Miss Phoebe, I wish you very happy. Ernie! Miss Phoebe, I give you joy.
Susan, you have been talking to them about Mr. B.
I could not help it. Oh, Phoebe, what is it you have to tell me?
I think it is too wonderful to speak of.
Oh, your sister?
Well, as you know, I was sitting with a poor woman whose husband has fallen in the war. As I was leaving the cottage, he was passing.
Yes?
He offered me his escort. At first, he was very silent, as he has often been of late.
We know why.
Oh, please not to say that we know why. Suddenly, he stopped and swung his cane. You know how gallantly he swings his cane.
Yes, indeed.
It passed through me, sister, at that moment. How like he is to Julius Caesar. He said, I have something of which I wish to communicate. Perhaps you can guess what it is. Go on. To say that I could guess would be most unladylike. So I said, please not to tell me in a public thoroughfare. To which he instantly replied, then I shall call and tell you this afternoon.
Oh, Phoebe!
Susan!
Did you meet with anyone while you were out today, Phoebe?
Did I or did I not? Yes, I met with Miss Barbara Meekum.
Did you enter into conversation?
Not absolutely. I said, how did you do it without stopping or waiting for a reply?
That was sufficient. Patty, you have brought 3 cups.
I thought one of you might be having a follower.
Thank you. Susan, to think it has all happened in a single year.
Such a genteel competency as he can offer. Such a desirable establishment.
I was not thinking of God. I was thinking of our first meeting at Mrs. Fothingay's quadrille party.
We were not even aware that our local physician had a new partner.
Until he said, let me present my new partner, Mr. Valentine Brown.
Phoebe, do you remember how at the tea table he so fastidiously passed the cake basket with nothing in it?
He was so humorous from the first. I am glad, Susan, that I too have a sense of humor. I am quite humorous at times, am I not?
Yes, indeed. But he sees humor in the most unexpected things. I say something about loving, to have every little thing in this little room either blue or white. I know not why he laughs, but I feel quite with him.
Oh. I hope he sees nothing odd or quaint about us.
Whatever we are not locked.
gift for you.
Not yet.
It has been ready for a long time. I began it. Patty,
Patty?
one cannot be too careful.
No, indeed.
Leave the pot there, thank you. When you met with Miss Barbara Meekum today, Phoebe, was she accompanied by her little dog?
Was she or was she not? No, I do not remember seeing the dog.
She may have left it at home.
True, and that would account for its absence.
Thank you, Patty.
Susan, this wedding gift.
I began it when you were not 10 years old. I meant it for myself. I had hoped that his name was William. But I must have been too unattractive, my love.
Sweetest, dearest.
I always associated with the sprigged poplar I was wearing that summer, with a breadth of colored silk in it. Being a naval officer. But something happened. A Cicely Pemberton. And they are quite big boys now. So long ago, Phoebe. He was tall, with brown eyes. It was foolish of me, but I was always so fond of sewing. With long, straight legs, and such a pleasant expression.
Susan, what is it?
It is a wedding gown, my dear. Even plain women, Phoebe, we cannot help it. When we are young, we have romantic ideas, just as if we were pretty.
You are very pretty, Susan. Your eyes.
I have sometimes thought my eyes not wholly disagreeable.
Your profile.
Perhaps the right side of my face had a certain charm, but the left, he always sat on my left. And so, the wedding gown was never used.
Darling.
But I finished it anyway and put it away. I have kept it hidden from you, Phoebe. But of late I have taken it out and altered it.
Oh, Susan, I could not wear it. How sweet, how beautiful.
You will wear it, my love, won't you? And the tears that were sown long ago will turn to smiles on my Phoebe's wedding day.
Tears. Tears, tears.
That knock, always so dashing.
So imperious. Susan, I think he kissed me once. I know he did. It was raining and my face was wet. He said that was why he did it.
Because your face was wet?
It does not seem a sufficient excuse now.
Before he had offered?
Oh, I fear me it was most unladylike.
Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Patty. Miss Susan, how do you do, ma'am?
This is indeed a surprise. We had no idea it was you.
Nay. Miss Phoebe, though we have met today already, I insist on shaking hands with you again. May I sit on this couch, Miss Phoebe? I know Miss Susan likes me to break her couches.
Yes, sir. I do not. Phoebe, how strange that you should think so. The remark was humorous, was it not?
Oh, how you see through me, Miss Phoebe. So, I am dashing, Miss Susan. Am I dashing, Miss Phoebe?
A little, I think.
Well, I have something to tell you today, which I think is rather dashing.
Oh, one moment.
You're not going, ma'am, before you know what it is.
Indeed, I know what it is. Susan! I mean, I can guess. I mean, Phoebe, love, explain.
The explanation being, I suppose, that you both know. And I have flattered myself it was such a secret.
No, look, here.
Am I then to understand, Miss Phoebe, that you had foreseen it all?
Please do not ask that, sir.
Well, I believe in any case it was you who first put it into my head.
Oh.
Miss you have been to me like a quiet, old-fashioned garden, full of flowers that Englishmen love best, because they've known them all this time. The daisy and the snapdragons, and the hyacinth shut my eyes and walk.
Far away.
Your demure eyes flashed so every time the war was mentioned.
Mr. Brown. What is it you have to tell us?
Why, that I have enlisted, Miss Phoebe. Did you surmise it was something else?
You are going to the war?
Yes.
Mr. Brown, is it a jest?
It would be a sorry jest, ma'am, but I thought from what Miss Susan said that you knew. I had concluded the recruiting sergeant had talked. These stirring times, Miss Phoebe. He is but half a man who stays at home. I have chafed for months. I want to see if I have any courage. As to an army surgeon does not appeal to me. It was enlist or remain behind. Today I found there were 5 waverers. I asked them, would they take the shilling of fight to me? And they assented. Miss Phoebe, it's not 1 man I give to the king, but 6.
I think you have done bravely, Mr. Brown.
We leave shortly for Petersburg Barracks, and I go to London tomorrow. So this is goodbye.
I shall pray that you may be preserved in battle.
And you and Miss Susan will write to me when occasion offers?
If you wish it.
With all the stirring news of Quality Street?
It can't seem stirring to us. It was probably merely laughable to you, who came from such a great city.
Dear Quality Street. That thought me dashing. But I made friends in it, Miss Phoebe, of 2 very sweet ladies.
I wonder, Mr. Brown, why you have been so kind to my sister and me.
Nay, the kindness was yours. If at first Miss Susan amused me, to see her on her knees decorating her little legs with a couch with frills as if it were a child. But it was her sterling qualities that impressed me presently.
And did I amuse you also?
Prodigiously, Miss Phoebe. Those other ladies, they were always scolding you. Your youthfulness shocked them. I believe they thought you dashing.
I fear perhaps I did too dashing.
Oh, you delicious Miss Phoebe. You were too quiet. I felt sorry that one so sweet and young should live so gray a life.
Is it? Have you? Phoebe, you seem so calm. Susan, what Mr. Brown has come to tell us is not what we expected. Not that at all, dear. missed it, and he has come to tell us that. And to say goodbye.
That is it.
You are going? Yes, dear.
Am I not the ideal recruit, ma'am? A man without a wife or a mother or a sweetheart?
No, sweetheart.
Or have you one for me, Miss Susan?
Susan! We must tell him now. You dreadful one. You will laugh and say it is just like Squally Street. But indeed, since I saw you today and you said you had something to communicate, we have been puzzling what it could be. And we had concluded that you were to be married.
Was that it?
Just like women, you know. We thought perhaps we knew her. We were even discussing what we might wear to the wedding.
I shall often think of this. I wonder who would have you, Miss Susan. But I must be off, and God bless you both.
You are going.
No more mud on your carpets, Miss Susan. No more colorless roving balls. A good riddance. Miss Phoebe, a last look at the garden.
We shall miss you very much, Mr. Brown.
Goodbye again. This little my dreams, dear inmates, may they be unchanged ever.
Just a mistake, a misunderstanding. Don't, Susan. We can live it down.
He is a baby in human form.
Nay, sister, you hurt me. He is a brave gentleman.
There were other gentlemen, Phoebe, that were attracted by you. You turned from them.
I did not want them.
They will come again. And others.
No, dear. I think, Susan, we could keep a little school. For genteel children only, of course. I would do most of the teaching.
You, as if you were schoolmistress, Phoebe of the ringlets, everyone would laugh.
I would hide the ringlets under a cot like yours. And I would try to be staid and to grow old quickly. It will not be so hard to me as you think.
Phoebe, you are young. Someone else will come along.
Never speak to me of that again. I let him kiss me.
You could not prevent him.
Yes, I could. I know I could now. Oh, never speak to me of others after that. Perhaps he saw I wanted it and did it to please me. But I gave it to him. Indeed, I did. With all my love. But he did not love me. I let him kiss me. Oh,
attend to. Make things work and fit. Appreciate these fellers and their hook and wires and breakers. Get the last details done. Quality Street is where people change, yet they remain the same as life goes on. Where children learn and grow, then overnight they become someone new. Quality Street is where neighbors meet and visit and gossip and ask questions and answer questions and try to explain or not to explain. It's where men come home from the wars. And it's where vanity weaves webs that fetters itself. 10 years have come and gone since we last looked into that blue and white parlor. Did the years pass quickly on Quality Street? Were they long or short? How do Miss Susan and Miss Phoebe fare? Let's see.
Very good, ladies. Remember your toes. Chest, Georgie. Keep your line straight. Very good. Ladies, do remember your toes. Keep together now. Chest, Georgie. Very good. Ladies, do remember your toes. Very good. You may sit down. Georgie, do you not know which is your chest? This is chest. C is for chest. This is S, chest. How many are 14 and 17? 31. I thank you, how clever you are. Very well, children. You may be excused. Chest, Georgie. What is it, Anna?
Please, ma'am, Father wishes me to acquire algebra.
Algebra? It is not a very ladylike subject, Anna.
Father says later won't you?
You are thin, my dear. It will make you thinner.
Father says
Go away. Don't cry, ma'am. I love you, Miss Beauty. And if anyone says you can't change, I'll blood you. Come along.
If a herring and a half cost 3 hoppets, how many for 11 pence?
11.
William Smith says it is 15. He is such a big boy, and I ought to contradict him, Phoebe. No one can be really sure. Can't we just say we have a difference of opinion?
Susan, it is 11. I once worked it out with real herrings. Susan, we must not let the big boys know that we are afraid of them. To awe them, you must stamp with your foot, speak in a ferocious voice, and look them unflinchingly in the face. Susan, Onyx's father wishes her to acquire algebra.
What is algebra exactly? Is that those 3-cornered little things?
It's x minus y equals b plus y and things like that. And all the time you're saying they're equal, in your heart, you say, why should they be?
I was not thinking of that. I was thinking that he will be at the ball tonight, and we have not seen him for 10 years.
Yes. 10 years. We will be glad to welcome our old friends back again. I am going into your class now to take the Latin.
Oh, that weary Latin. I wish I had the whipping of the man who invented it.
Labor, of labor, to labor, laborus, labori, of labor. Oh, labor.
William Smith, I tried to look ferocious, indeed I did. He saw that I was afraid, and before the whole school, he put out his tongue at me. Phoebe. Blush too big.
Let it pass. If I let it pass, I am a stumbling block in the path of true education. Stand aside, Susan.
This isn't just Captain Brown.
Reports himself home again.
You call this home?
Miss Susan. Miss Susan, when the other men talked to their homes, I thought of this dinner room, marks, desks, but still the same dinner room. I walked a bit, Miss Susan, I came to it in muddy shoes. Well, I have lost you. Miss Susan, I rejoice to find no change in you. And Miss Phoebe of the Ringlets, I hope there be as little change in her.
Oh, sir, you need not expect to see her.
She is not here. Brown spoils all my home.
Phoebe, can you see who it is? I
ma'am. But I sent him on his way home. I
Mr.
did.
Brown,
Miss Phoebe, it is you?
I have changed much, Mr. Brown. I have not worn well.
We are both older, Miss Phoebe.
Yes.
Miss Phoebe, why did you omit from your letters you had a youngster as that to terrify you?
He is the only one. The rest of them are left dead. And this is the last day of the term.
You look so tired.
I have a headache today.
I came here in such high spirits, Miss Phoebe.
The change in me depresses you.
I was in hopes that you and Miss Susan would be going to the ball. I had brought cards with me for you, but
But now you see my dancing days are done.
no.
But you have had many charming partners at ball. Many of them were pupils of mine. I even had a pupil who fought at Waterloo.
Young Blades. I've heard him on it. Miss Phoebe, what a dull gray world it is.
Hats off, gentlemen salute, ladies curtsy to the gallant Captain Brown.
A terrible ordeal, ma'am. I think I would be well advised to still away now, Miss Phoebe, lest they return in added numbers.
I wish you very happy at the ball.
Oh, Miss Susan, what a shame it is.
Yes, it is a shame.
The brave Captain Brown. Man, how much more brave are the ladies who keep a school?
Charlotte Parrott. Now that I did not know you had company, 'tis Captain Brown. Rory Brown. Oh,
Alas, no, man, but the other one.
Miss Susan, do you see who accompanies me? I do not recall.
A few years ago, ma'am, there sat in this room a scrubby, inky little boy. I was that boy.
Can it be? Ensign Blades?
Once a little boy, and now you're most obedient.
Have come to recall old memories?
Not exactly. Charlotte explained.
Ensign Blades wishes me to say that it must seem highly romantic to you to have a pupil who is fought at Waterloo. Not exactly romantic. I do hope, sir, that when you speak of having been a pupil, you are also so obliging as to to mention that it was in our first year. Otherwise, we seem so elderly.
Excuse me, Smiley, but I am something of a quiz. Charlotte?
Ensign Blake would be pleased to hear, Miss Susan, what you think of him as a whole.
Indeed, I think he is monstrous fine. At Osby, we used to whip him.
Whipped him, Miss Susan. Ensign Blade wishes to indicate it was more than Bonaparte could do. Ladies, we shall make again, bright boy.
Do you think he was quizzing me?
Oh, no, sir.
He said, bright boy.
I am sure he did not mean it.
Charlotte Perrin, how good to see you. You look delicious, my dear, so young and fresh. Do you think so?
Miss Phoebe, your most obedient.
Ensign Blade, but how kind of you to revisit the old school. Ensign Blade has a favor to ask of you, Miss Phoebe.
I learned that Captain Brown has obtained a card for you for the ball. I am here to solicit for the honor of standing up with you.
Susan, he does not think me too old.
Too old?
Sir, I think.
Too old.
Is it that you wish only to make sport of me?
Oh no, I vow. I am such a rattle.
I see. I am sorry to deprive you of a little entertainment, but I shall not be going to the ball. Ensign Blades, I bid you adieu.
If I have hurt Miss Phoebe's feelings, I beg to apologize.
You have hurt him? Ah, sir, how can anyone be as silly as you seem to be?
Charlotte, explain.
Miss Susan. Goodbye, Miss Parrott. If there were enough geese to go around, no woman of sense would ever get a husband. Charming, Miss Charlotte. ladylike. I am tired of being ladylike. I am a young woman still, and to be ladylike is not enough. I wish to be bright and merry and thoughtless. I have the headache because for 10 years I have seen nothing but moths and death. 10 years. 10 years ago, I went a very young girl, and I awoke with this cap on my head. It is not fair. This is not me, Susan. This is some other person. I want to be myself.
Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, you who have always been so patient.
Oh, not always. If you knew how I rebelled at times, you would turn from me in horror. Baby. Susan, I have a picture of myself as I used to be. I sometimes take it out. I sometimes kiss it and say, poor girl, they have all forgotten. But I remember. I do not recall it. I have it locked away in my room. Would you like to see it? I will bring it out.
Earn your poor eyes, read without a lamp, think shame, Miss Susan. Patty, I will not be dictated to. Patty, come away from that window at once. I will not have you watching the foolish creatures who crowd to a ball. I ain't looking at them, Mom. I'm looking for my sweetheart. Your sweetheart? I did not know you had one. No, I don't on as yet, but I'll look out now, thinks to myself. At any moment, he may turn the corner. I've been waiting for him to turn the corner these 15 years. 15 years, and you are still hopeful? There ain't any more hopeful woman in all the King's Dominion. You, who are so much older than Miss Phoebe? I do have the advantage of her by 5 years. It would be idle to presume that you are specially comely. Yeah. Me faces me on, and the more I look at it, the better it pleases me. Well, I never looked at it, but what I says to myself, who's to be the lucky man? Well, been great years for ladies, Mom. Think how many of the men marched away strutting to the wars will come back reflecting that a genteel female is more desirable than glory. And who's to teach them that they're right at last? You, Mom, or me? Or Miss Phoebe, the pretty thing that she was. Do you remember, Patty? I think there be no other unless it be the Mrs. Willoughbys and Henrietta. Why don't you give Miss Phoebe a chance? Take her to the ball. Will be 3 of them this week, and the last will be the best, for it will be at the barracks. There will be the packing of you into it by gallant squires, and the unpacking of you other deviltries. If Miss Phoebe were to dress young again, coax back the curls to her hair, and put candles in her eyes that you'd...
Susan, sings and dances with glee until I put her away again, frightened lest she should get her.
How marvelous.
Perhaps I should not have done it, but it is so easy. I have but to put on the old wedding gown and tumble my curls out of your hat. Susan, am I as changed as he says I am? You almost frightened me. Oh, Phoebe, Susan. One dance to Phoebe of the Ringlets. The music is calling to us. I will have a little Waterloo of my own. One dance to Phoebe of the Ringlets, and then I will put her away and never look at her again. May I have the honor? Nay? Then I shall dance alone.
Miss Phoebe! Miss Phoebe!
Not Miss Phoebe. I am not myself tonight, Patty. I am, let me see. I am my niece.
But Miss Susan is Captain Brown.
Oh, Phoebe. Stop, Phoebe. Stop.
I think you ought to see her. I think you ought to see her. Captain Brown.
I ventured to come back because I beg your pardon. I thought it was Miss Susan or Miss Phoebe.
Tis me mistress's niece, sir. Come to visit.
Oh, yes, I see. Patty, I obtained this at the apothecary for Miss Phoebe's headache. It should be taken at once.
Well, Miss Phoebe's lying down, sir.
Is she asleep?
No, sir, I think she's wide awake.
That may suit.
Patty, take her to Aunt Phoebe at once.
Yes, ma'am.
Perhaps I may venture to introduce myself, Miss.
Libby, sir.
Miss Libby, I am Captain Brown, an old friend of your aunt's.
They have often spoke about dashing Mr. Brown. But I think, sir, you cannot be the same.
Why not? Ma'am,
I beg your pardon.
I thought for sure you must be related. For a moment, the likeness, even the voice.
Nah, you say I am like Aunt Phoebe. Indeed, everyone says so, and 'tis no compliment.
'Twould have been a compliment once. You must be the daughter of the excellent Mr. James Grossel, who used to reside at the Great Bucklands.
He is still there.
Tedious 20 miles from here, I remember.
Nah, I find the journey a monstrous quick one.
Miss Libby, you going to the ball?
Sir, I have no card.
I have 2 cards for your aunts. As your Aunt Phoebe has the headache, your Aunt Susan must take you to the ball.
Oh, sir, I can't hold my feet still.
They are already there. You must follow them.
Sir, do you think some pretty gentleman might be partial to me at the ball?
If that is your wish.
I desire, sir, to inspire frenzy in the breast of the male.
Miss Libby, I vow.
What is it?
Miss Susan, I have ventured to introduce myself to your charming niece.
Do not be angry with your Libby, Aunt Susan. Your Libby, Aunt Susan. This gentleman, he says he's the dashing Mr. Brown. He has cards for us to the ball. Oh, Auntie, rush and get into your ball with me, Aunt Phoebe. Aunt Phoebe wants me to go. If I say she does, you know she does. Oh, Auntie, why do you talk so much?
I shall see to it, Miss Susan. Your niece has a charming ball.
He means that he will find me charming partners at the ball.
Nay, I mean I shall be your partner.
Aunt Susan, he still dances.
Still.
Ah, very dashing. They do not count. I could not help noticing them.
Noticing what? I beg.
Dissuade her, sir.
Nay, I entreat. I do not see.
We must! We shall! To the ball! The ball! Absolute veil, sir. There is no cause for alarm. Mary, surely we are addressing the gallant Captain Brown.
It is the Mrs. Willoughby and Miss Henrietta. 'Tis indeed a gratification to renew acquaintance with such elegant and respectable ladies.
You have seen Miss Phoebe.
I have had the honor. Miss Phoebe, I regret to say, is now lying down with the headache.
Probably heartache.
You do not favor the ball tonight.
I confess, balls are distasteful to me. To be amidst the assembly, sir, I am critically informed the woolen dresses daughters have obtained cards.
Man, is that possible?
We shall probably spend the evening here with Miss Susan at the card table.
But Miss Susan goes to the ball with me.
Oh?
Nay, I hope there be no impropriety. Miss Libby will accompany her.
Miss Libby?
That charming niece.
Niece? They had not appraised us, they had a visitor. Sister was this friendly. Miss Susan, we have but now been advised of your intentions for this evening. We deeply regret our intrusion, Susan. Please do not be piqued. It was so sudden. I cannot remember, Susan, that your esteemed brother had any daughters. I thought our friends were sons.
3 sons and 1 daughter. Surely you remember little Libby, Mary.
No, Susan, I do not.
Pray excuse me a moment. I feel Libby needs me.
We are not to see her?
Another time, perhaps tomorrow. Pray rest a moment, Harry and Henrietta, before you leave.
Libby.
Ah, here is Miss Libby.
My niece Libby, Miss Willoughby, Henrietta Turnbull, Fanny Willoughby.
Ladies, excuse my impatience.
One moment, sir. May I ask Miss Libby how many brothers she has?
2.
I thank you. Excluding the unhappy Thomas.
We never mention Thomas.
What has Thomas done?
time and effort that you don't even see on the stage. Well, Quality Street really isn't so far away. Those years weren't so very long ago. That on Quality Street, or wherever you now live, are you ever as old as you fear? Or are you ever as young and carefree as you mayhaps wish you were? Let's look in 1 week later in the tent pavilion at the officers' ball.
Had I been 20 years younger, Lady Emma, I'd have led you to the altar myself.
Are we so disagreeable that no one will dance with us? Miss Susan, it is infamous to have eyes for no one but your horrid niece.
Miss Livy has taken ensign blades from me.
If Miss Phoebe were here, I'm sure she would not allow her pupil to be so neglected. And you do, Miss Hill.
Nay, ma'am, how do you do? May I stand beside you, Miss Susan?
You have been standing beside us, sir, nearly all evening.
Indeed. I cannot but be cognizant of the sufferings I caused by attaching myself to you in this unseemly manner. Accept my assurance, ma'am, that you have my deepest sympathy.
Then why do you do it?
Because you are her aunt, Mom. I shall never leave you, never. I'm not clever, ladies, and therefore I had to invent an easy scheme. Her affection for you, ma'am, is beautiful to observe. And if she could be persuaded that I seek her hand from a passionate desire to have you for my Aunt Susan, do you perceive anything hopeful in my scheme, ma'am?
No, sir, I do not.
Ensign blades, I have not danced with you once this evening.
Nor I with you, Charlotte. May I solicit of you, Miss Susan? Is Captain Brown Miss Livy's guardian? Is he affianced to her?
No, sir.
Then by what right does he interfere? Your elegant niece had consented to accompany me to the shrubbery to look at the moon.
The moon?
Flirt!
And now he forbids it. 'Tis infamous.
Miss Hill, you may see the moon from here.
I believe not.
I am happy Captain Brown forbade her.
'Twas only because he is to conduct her to the shrubbery himself.
Oh!
If you say, oh, in that manner, Miss Harriet, I shall get very angry. I know I shall.
What's this about the moon in the shrubbery?
Sir, don't tell me you don't know anything about the moon in the shrubbery.
Pardon me, sir. It seems to me that courting a lady is a little like a battle of war. You have to outfox the opposition. The war. Shells coming. Men coming. Coming. Is the war over?
Sir, Waterloo was a day over.
Oh, yes. Waterloo. The other war. 99 in Syria. Here, I'm here. Oh, the pain. The little general, how he struts. Like a peacock.
Sir, do you not remember the shrubbery? The moon?
The moon? Oh, yes. You want to go out in the shrubbery and look at the moon.
Sir, I mean Miss Livy.
Miss Livy? Oh, yes. Miss Livy. And the moon in the shrubbery.
Shall I take you to some very agreeable ladies? No, you shall not. I am going to the shrubbery to watch Miss Livy. Please not. My chest is weak. I shall sit alone with you. Hold without your shoulders. Charlotte, you terrify me. If I should perish of cold, Miss Susan, be so kind as to find a cheap little grave on which Miss Livy can dance, without inconveniencing herself.
Oh, woe is me! Reject! Jackson!
Susan, another author. Major Lakewater, stout man, dark whiskers, very Russian. He has rushed away to destroy himself.
Miss Livy, Mum, what's this about the moon?
That reminds me, Aunt Susan, I want my clothes.
I just lent it to poor Charlotte Parrott.
Auntie.
And now, Miss Livy can't see the moon. She is so fond of the moon.
Am I to understand, sir, that you are intimating disparagement of the moon? If a certain lady has been so graciously pleased to signify approval of that orb, any slight cast upon the moon, sir, I shall regard as a personal affront.
Stand back, everyone. Please to go away. Dickie, tell them I have a physician and put them out. Fetch water, someone. I beg you. Oh, nay, this is useless calling to this baby. 'Tis all my fault. I should not have permitted her to dance so immorally. Oh, Miss
War has started!
What has happened? Aunt Susan, is that you? Where am I?
Nay, you must recline, Miss Livy. You fainted.
Oh,
You have over-fatigued yourself.
oh, I remember.
Here, sip this water.
By your leave, sir.
Miss Susan, I believe she's in restored looks already.
Yes, I feel much better. If you could leave me now with my aunt, my excellent aunt.
Be off with you, apple cheeks.
I will suffer no reference to my complexion. And if I believe not, sir, this charming lady was addressing you.
Please go, both of you.
I shall return, Miss Livy. You must decline. That is quite unnecessary.
Susan, Henrietta, and Fanny are here. Here? Oh, suddenly my eyes lit upon them. At once I slipped to the ground. You think they did not see you? I'm sure of it. They stopped and seemed to be going
seemed to be talking to his own blades and then turned and went towards the shrubbery.
He had told you you were there with Captain Brown.
I was not. I was only waiting until Charlotte returned with my cloak. Oh, Susan, I'm sure they suspect. Else why would they be here? They never go to balls.
They have suspected for a week, Phoebe, ever since they saw you the night of the ball, in your veil. How could they help but suspect? They have been to visit us every day since then, and we have always pretended that Livy was gone out.
Oh, sister, should they see me, it would be idle to try to deceive them.
Idle indeed. Phoebe, the scandal.
That is just it, sister. A little happiness has gone to my head like strong waters. Stand still and think. Oh, I cannot, I dare not. Oh, Susan, if they see me, we need not open our school again. Oh, I know not what I am saying, but you know who it is that has turned me into this wild creature.
Valentine Brown, how could you?
Too weary of Phoebe, and turn from her with a thaw, you make me old. And become enamored in a night of a thing like this? Oh, dear.
He has been kind to us. He has been to see us several times lately.
In the hopes that he would see her. Was he not most silent and gloomy when we always said she'd gone out?
He was infatuate. Sister, you are not partial to him still.
No, Susan, no. I did love him all those years, though I never spoke of it to you. I never had any hope. But I love to think of him as a noble man. But he is not a noble man, and Livy found it out in an hour. The gallant. I flirted with him, that I might enjoy his fury. Susan, there has been a declaration in his eyes all tonight. And when he cries, "Adorable Miss Livy, be mine," I need to answer with, "La, how ridiculous you are. You're much too old." I have been but whipping you, sir.
Oh, Phoebe, how can you be so cruel?
He is unworthy of my love. That's how I can be so cruel. But now my triumph is to be denied me, for we must rush away home before Henrietta and Fanny see me. And tomorrow we must say that Livy has gone to her father, for I dare keep up this deception no longer. Come, sister.
Lord, if it ain't the recruiting sergeant.
Especially so. Can it really be? Don't tell me. I'll think of the name in a moment. I think it starts with a P. Let's see. Could it be?
Do you know Miss Phoebe?
Phoebe! That's right. Well, how are you?
Hey, Miss Phoebe. I'm looking for Miss Phoebe. Where is she?
Well, now, my little turtle dove, you can't go back in there without a card, you know.
Well, you go on in and tell Miss Phoebe that Miss Henrietta and Miss Fanny are coming over. They want to see Miss Livy, so she better go home at once.
Who, Miss Libby?
No, Miss Phoebe, there ain't no Miss Libby.
But you just told me they're coming over to see Miss Libby.
They think that Miss Libby is Miss Phoebe.
How could they possibly think that?
Well, she is.
Who is?
Miss Libby.
Oh.
Here they are.
Susan, she said you have to sit down quickly. We are lost. There, sister. I will confess all and beg for mercy.
Miss Phoebe, is that you?
Yes?
What a wondrous change. I scarcely knew you. How amazing. You did not deny them that you are Miss Phoebe?
Yes, I am Miss Phoebe.
Miss Phoebe, we have done you a cruel wrong. Phoebe, we apologize. Oh, to think how excitedly we have been chasing her about the shrubbery. She was wearing your cloak. Inside Blades told us she had gone to the shrubbery. And we were convinced there was no such a person. So, of course, we thought it must be you. I can discern her in the shrubbery still. She is decidedly shorter than Phoebe. I thought she looked shorter. I meant to say so, Phoebe. It was the cloak that deceived us. We could not see her face.
You mean Henrietta? You mean Fanny?
Was wicked of us, my dear. But we thought that you and Miss Libby were the same person. Miss Susan, pray for us. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, pardon. To think how many rabbit holes I've dug.
Poor Henrietta.
Miss Phoebe, you look so pretty. Are they paying you no attention, my dear?
They have eyes for none but Livy. They come to me only to say that they adore her.
Surely not Captain Brown.
He is infatuate.
Poor Phoebe. Mr. Blades, I was just saying, if I were a gentleman, I would pay my addresses to Miss Phoebe much rather than her niece.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sir, you are a most ungallant and efficient young man.
Really, madam, I assure you.
Not another word, sir.
Leave him to me, Miss Henrietta, Miss Fanny. It is time I spoke plainly to this young man.
I swear,
Indeed,
ma'am.
my dear, we applaud your courage.
What I have to say had best be said to him alone.
If we could remain,
would it be seemly, Fanny?
Fanny. Sir, you bring your punishment upon yourself.
Punishment, Miss Libby? Are you angry with me, Miss Libby?
Oh, no, sir. Sit down, right, sir.
Miss Libby, I have something to say to you of supreme importance to both of us. Before I say it, be so good as not to waggle your foot. It fidgets me.
I shall sit quite still.
With regard to my complexion, I am aware, Miss Livy, that my complexion has often retained a too youthful bloom. My brother officers often comment upon it with a certain lack of generosity. Might I inquire, Miss Livy, whether you regard my complexion as subject for light talk?
Oh, no, sir. I only wish I had it.
Miss Livy, ma'am, you may have it.
It is my dance, Miss Livy, not inside blades.
Leave us, sir. His affection is not as deep as mine. He is a light and shallow nature.
Oh, you are both light and shallow natures.
Both, ma'am?
Oh, 'tis the likes of you with your foolish flirting ways that confuse the mind of women and try to make us as foolish as yourselves.
Ma'am.
Oh, I did not mean to hurt you. You are so like little boys in a school. Do be good and sit here. I know you are very brave.
Ah.
And when you return from the war, it must be so pleasant to flirt with the ladies again.
Ma'am.
Whenever you see a lady with a pretty nose, you cannot help saying you love her.
Ah.
It is our noses that undo us. You feel compelled to say you love us simply because you are so deficient in conversation.
Charming Miss Livy.
Go away! Go away, both of you! I'm tired of you exceedingly. And read improving books.
Gentlemen, I instructed this lady to rest, and I am surprised to find you in attendance. Miss Livy, you must be wary of their fatuities. I have taken the liberty to order your chase.
It is indeed a liberty.
An outrage.
I prefer to remain.
Nay,
I have promised this dance to Ensign Blaze.
To me, Miss Livy.
And to you, Mister.
I forbid any further dancing.
Forbid not.
By what right, sir?
By a right which I hope to make clear to Miss Livy as soon as you gentlemen have retired.
I am curious to know what Captain Brown can have to say to me. In a moment, Mr. Blades. Lieutenant Spicer, I shall be at your service.
I trust not.
I give you my word.
You are an amazing pretty girl, ma'am. But you are a shocking flirt.
Lie, madam.
It has somewhat diverted me to watch this go down before you. But I know you have a kind heart. And that if there be a dagger in your one hand, there is a handkerchief in the other, ready to staunch their wounds.
I have not noticed that they have bled much.
The blades and the like, no. But one may perhaps.
Perhaps I should wish to see him bleed.
Miss Livy, for shame. I speak, ma'am, in the interest of the man in whom I hope to see you at the end.
And who is this happy man?
As to whom he is, ma'am, I have no notion. Nor am I sure have you, else you would be more guarded in your conduct. But someday, Miss Livy, the right man will come. Not to be able to tell him all, will it not be hard? How could you acquaint him with this poor sport? His face would change, ma'am, as you told him of it. And yours would be a false face, too, until it was told. This is what I've been so desirous to say to you, by the right of a friend.
I see.
It has been hard for me to say, and I have done it bunglingly. But believe me, Miss Livy, it's not the flaunting flower men love. It is the modest violet.
The modest violet? You dare to say that?
Yes, indeed. And when you are acquainted with what love really is,
Love? What do you know of love?
why, ma'am, I know all about it. I am in love, Miss Livy,
I wish you very happy.
with a lady who was once very like you, ma'am.
Not. Oh, no.
I had not meant to speak of it. But why should not I? 'Twill be a fine lesson to you, Miss Livy. Ma'am, it is your Aunt Phoebe, whom I love.
You do not mean that.
Most ardently.
How dare you make sport of her, sir?
Is it sport to wish that she may be my wife?
Your wife?
If I could win her.
You really mean Phoebe? Tired, unattractive Phoebe? That woman whose girlhood is gone? Nay, impossible.
Phoebe of the fascinating, playful days. Her ringlets, ma'am, were once as pretty as yours. I have visited her several times in her home this week. You were always out. I thank you for that. I was alone with her, and with fragrant memories.
Memories. Yes, that is the girl you love. The bright girl of the past. Not the schoolmistress in her old maid's cap.
There you wrong me. For I have found for myself that the schoolmistress in her old maid's cap is the noblest Miss Phoebe of them all. I remember when I enlisted, I compared her to a garden. I've often thought of that.
'Tis an old garden now.
Perhaps, ma'am, are better shaded.
The flowers have grown old-fashioned.
They smell the sweeter. But tell me, Miss Livy, do you think there's any hope for me?
There was a man whom Aunt Phoebe loved once, long ago. He did not love her. She let him kiss her once.
If Miss Phoebe permitted him to do that, she thought he loved her.
Do you think that makes her actions less blamable? It has pained you so since.
How like Miss Phoebe. But that man was a knave.
Nay, he was a good man. Just a little inconsiderate. She knows now that he even forgot he did it. I suppose men are like that.
No, men are not like that. I'm a very average man, but I'm not like that.
It was you.
Did Miss Phoebe say that?
Yes.
Then it is true.
It was raining and her face was wet. You said that was why you did it.
I had quite forgotten.
But she remembers. And how often do you think that shameful memory has made her face wet since? The face you love, Captain Brown, you were the first to give it pain.
I vow I shall make it all up to her, Miss Livy, with your help.
With my help? I have not helped. I have tried to spoil it all.
To spoil it? Oh, you mean you sought to flirt even with me? Oh, I knew you did. But that is nothing.
Oh, sir, if you could forgive it
I do.
and forget these hateful balls.
Hateful? Nay, I shall never call them that. They've done me too great a service. It was at the balls that I fell in love with Miss Phoebe.
Sir, what can you mean?
hard, yet it is very simple. You who so resembled her as she was. You bewitched me. I confess it. But it was only for an hour, ma'am. How like I cried at first. But then it was how unlike. There was almost nothing you said that she would have said. You did so much that she would have scorned to do.
Proceed, sir.
I stood there, looking at you and seeing in my mind her and all the pretty things she did. You did not do. And that is how I fell in love with Miss Phoebe. At the ball.
Sir, I thank you.
But tell me, Miss Libby, do you think there's any hope for me?
Hope?
I shall go to her. Miss Phoebe, I shall say, oh ma'am, so reverently. Miss Phoebe, my beautiful, most estimable of women, let me take care of you forevermore.
You really mean Phoebe? Beautiful? Ah, that old thing.
Silence.
I despise her, sir. If you only knew what she is.
I know what you are.
That paragon that has never been guilty of the slightest deviation from the strictest propriety.
Never.
That garden.
Miss Libby, for shame.
Your garden has been destroyed, sir. The weeds have entered it, and all the flowers are choked.
You false woman. What do you mean?
I will tell you what I mean.
Speak.
I cannot tell you.
No.
It is too horrible.
You are too horrible. Is that not it?
What is too horrible?
Ma'am, I leave the telling of it up to her as she dare. But those are the last words I shall ever address to this lady.
Terrible thing has he said to you. Not terrible, Susan. Glorious. It's not Libby. He loves his Phoebe. He loves me. He loves me. Me, Phoebe.